to 14, and the thousands of England fans have something to cheer about. Let's cross them to our commentary team, Phil Clark, Mike Stevenson. But first, Eddie Hemmings.
You're right, John, they do have something to shout about at the moment, but it's a long, long way from finished this yet, as Benji Marshall gets the game underway again at the start of the second half. You know, 24 points that England have scored in that first 40 minutes is the most points scored by any of the nations in this World Cup so far in a first half. Even Australia, who led England a week ago at half-time, only managed 22 points in the first half by half-time. So there's something for England to savour there with that statistic as they come forward again here with Ben Westwood. Kevin Sinfield, the substitute, the Leeds Rhinos skipper, out there waiting for the ball to come to him, but right now it's with Purdom, and he is forced back over the halfway line. That's the last tackle here, and Sinfield with the kick clips it over the top and behind Nightingale, but Nightingale has got to run it away from his own in-goal area. He runs it strongly, but Rob Burrow stood his ground then. Like the little English terrier that he is, he snapped at his ankles. Here is Manu Vatuvei.
Had a pretty impressive first half as well, did Rob Burrow. There you can see he gets his head to the one side. Perfect tackle. England starting exceptionally well. And for once in this World Cup, the kick from Kevin Sinfield had turned them around. Went over the fullback and the winger. The chase was solid. All they have to do, England, is to repeat the opening 10 minutes of that first half. They look confident. They were playing as a unit.
Injuries will play its part in this World Cup, though, and we'll have news from Bill in a moment about Paul Wellens after Isaac Luke puts the ball over the top of Lee Smith, who's operating at full-back. It runs dead in goal, so let's find out, Bill, what's the news of Paul Wellens?
Yeah, England's starting fullback is out on the sidelines, and the good news is that he's having a good workout with a member of the physio side, and it doesn't look to be too many problems. He did get a hefty bang on the knee. You can actually see it, a great red blob where the contact was made, a bit of soreness there, but they do hope to get him back on, and the evidence of the warm-up we've seen right in front of us just now, he should be able to come back. Not so Steve Matai. He, in fact, is on his way to hospital, or probably already at hospital by now. That neck problem, the trapped nerve, but the good news was that he walked to the ambulance, so that's a great deal of relief for the Kiwi camp, I'm sure.
Well, good solid work by the New Zealand defence there, bringing about a mistake from the England camp, but hasn't it really improved our effort tonight from the England camp? Well,
knock on here, it has been spotted by Tony Archer against England, head and feed to New Zealand. They've met England in the World Cup just 3 times previously. Most of the previous World Cup meetings have been between Great Britain and New Zealand. They reached the last World Cup final, of course, the Kiwis in 2000 at Old Trafford, lost to Australia. This is David Kidwell.
Well, the man that's dropping in at dummy half, Isaac Luke, they'll be looking towards his skills. He's a very talented player.
2 tackles gone. The New Zealanders on the 20-metre line. That was Luke. This is Fien. Now it's with Marshall. Short ball from him. There's an important tackle required by Keith Senior. He came up with it as well. Nathan Fien. Marshall, beautiful ball on the inside. Lance O'Hire didn't read the script, though. Lee Smith tidies up at the back for England.
They've blown an opportunity there. The inside pass was there for the fullback. O'Hire really had the opportunity. I don't know whether he took his eyes off the football or not. No, he just had a little squint, could see that Keith Senior had the shoulder coming towards him. That could prove costly.
Because here comes the England captain, Jamie Peacock.
And what a run. Good 15-metre burst there. It's solid play by England. They're not getting panicky. They know they've got to get good field position.
Here is Gleeson again. He's tackled on halfway. Tackle from Isaac Luke. Here is the opposite 14, Sinfield, poor kick. Not the best from Sinfield, straight into Jason Nightingale's arms. He knows it too, the Leeds captain.
And there you see the problem for the English defenders is that you kick on the fall and they get back to the 30-metre line, inevitably the attacking side will get over the halfway line, and they're pretty close to it now.
Isaac Luke was met head on then by Gareth Ellis.
Eddie, I imagine Benji Marshall, the number 6 for New Zealand, is the key player that they're trying to get to set some attacking options. Here they go wide. Will he get it?
Well, not for the moment. It is with Simon Mannering. That's the fall. But they're now in England territory. Nathan Feen, Marshall, short ball. Smith, here is Nightingale. Good harassing and scrambling defence from England. Nathan Feen again. Hoist the high kick. Now then, this could be dangerous. Oh, England have dropped it. Oh, Lee Smith with a...
back, goal and drop out.
Well, Greg Eastwood just couldn't get the fingertips to it. They made a right porridge of it. Sykes was on his way down rather than going up for it. You could see there that Smith just gets a hand to it.
Then the air shot.
Oh, just got the boots.
That wouldn't have been the start to the second half that they would have wanted. Greg Eastwood, so close. It's a goal line dropout, though, that the Kiwis have forced. Sinfield will look for some distance on this. Gets it almost to halfway. Lanso Higher will run it back for the Kiwis. Gives it instead, though, to Falongo. Isaac Luke to dummy half. Now, Feen again. Eastwood, big hit by Westwood. East met West then.
Solid break as well, but the influential running from Nathan Feen.
Look out, the ball wide to Vatavai, unstoppable! Referee's not giving it yet. Vatavai thinks he has got the second try, but the referee has spotted a possible obstruction in the build-up to this. Manu Vatavai, you're giving the ball 10 metres away from the line, you may as well just say, well, let him have it. Now, is there an obstruction there?
Well, sadly, I can't see that they're going to pull him back for that. They were a long, long way away from where the man was receiving the football. If you're running in the general direction, yes, you could say that there was some obstruction. There was impact, but I think this will be awarded. He was about 15 metres away from where the action was being played.
Ruben Wiki there in the blue jersey. On the coaching staff as well. They've got some legends, haven't they, working in the New Zealand camp. Here comes the decision. Try it is. Second try for Manu Vatavai. Ball in hand, he's devastating. And 10, 12 metres out, well, he just eats up the ground and he's unstoppable. It's as simple as that.
Well, the man that's getting them all going is the hooker, Nathan Feen. He's not dropping into the dummy half position as he would, and that's been taken up by Isaac Luke, the substitute. And Nathan Feen is acting more of a scrum half position, and he's getting the forwards rolling. He's also getting the link working with the centres out wide. We've got to close Nathan Feen down.
And you look at the cause and effect, though, here. England couldn't deal with a high kick, goal line dropout, and all of a sudden we're talking about Manu Vatavai looking outstanding because they created the overlap, and it was a well-timed pass that put him into the corner. But if you can't deal with the high kicks near your own line, you really need to be pretty special in defence when on the next set of 6.
He's missed with the conversion attempt. But it's 24-18. New Zealand are a converted try behind, only 6 points. This Isaac Luke, Steve-O, he's a talent.
Certainly is, and the combination that they're just shifting things around. Stephen Koenig obviously wants more action, keep it alive, but it was good play. They knew exactly where it was going, and the pass, nothing was going to stop him.
England restart then. The lead reduced down to 6. O'Hare is underneath the kickoff. Here comes Eastwood again.
And what about the missed kicks from the Kiwis? That could very well be their undoing.
They've only kicked one successful conversion tonight. Tony Smith knows that. So had they kicked 1, 2, they would have been level now had they kicked as well as England. Here's Benji Marshall. Can't let this fella run. He goes without it. England will take the scrum.
And it's obvious that these are two very evenly balanced sides, and they most probably will be, of course, next week in the semi-final. Whether England can gain any psychological advantage over New Zealand here by playing the better in the remaining 30 minutes of this game. I think that's what it's about now, a test of concentration. We see Gareth Hocknell on the field in number 16 for England. I don't recall seeing him in the first 40. At the end of the Super League season, he was unstoppable, wasn't he, for Wigan? Can he sort of find that form and that bump and grind, the offload that created so much for the Cherry and Whites?
Well, here's a chance for Mark Calderwood straight from the base of the scrum, but Nightingale deals with the threat and he loses it on the first tackle. Mark Calderwood.
Well, there were very few errors from England in the first 40 minutes. It was a very solid performance, but you cannot afford to do things like this. At top-class international level, you have to make sure of possession.
Jason Nightingale from the St George Illawarra club.
Well, the
And
first
he was
real
brought into the squad, Steve, when Brent Webb of the Rhinos was dropped out with injury.
The first really golden opportunity for England to camp down in the Kiwi red zone.
Senior all over the top of Rapati as he plays the ball. And here comes David Farlongo again. Isaac Luke. It's Adam Blair, spins, gets the ball away to Luke, and he almost disappears under the challenge, but he makes a few more priceless meters forward. Gets the Kiwis over halfway. Bit of a battle royal going on between the two 14s, Sinfield and Isaac Luke. Oh, what a pass! Eastwood! Eastwood! Can he get the ball wide? He does. It's not very tidy. This is Nightingale. Nightingale is halted by 3 defenders. Referee shouts held. England have got to let him go, otherwise the penalty will be forthcoming. They're 15 metres away. Here is Nathan Feen, and Feen with the kick. It ricochets off an England leg. Tackle count keeps on going. Isaac Luke was tackled then by Lance O'Hire. Then he's finished off on the last.
Good refereeing there by Tony Archer. The ball played the man, not the other way around.
Vatavai wants it hoisted out here on the left-hand side. It's driven in.
Oh, that could be obstruction.
Picked up by Paul Sykes. It's a goal line dropout that England have conceded again.
Well, there was a Kiwi bundled out of the way, just wide of the kick. But what an influence this guy is having in the second half. Beautiful pass, wasn't it? Absolutely superb from the prop forward, Adam Blair.
Thank goodness that the pass wasn't all that crash hot to Simon Mannering. But Nathan Feen, the man at the Granny Gate, centre of the Granny Gate affair 2 years ago.
Eddie, all of the stats in the first half were almost exactly even, 50-50 split on everything, but in the second period here now, New Zealand are dominating most of the games in England's half of the field. The last time they had a goal line dropout, they couldn't prevent a try. This is the next big test for England in the World Cup.
It is. That's the second tackle completed against Adam Blair, and the threat from the prop forward. He plays the ball quickly though. Isaac Luke, here is Eastwood, and Eastwood gets the ball away to Blair again. He pops it up for Nathan Feen. England are struggling at the moment. The opening 12 minutes of this second half not going according to the script. Isaac Luke once more. Short ball, stepping on the inside is Farlongo. Langley was there to deal with the threat. Here is Adam Blair again. He'll take them up underneath the English posts.
Will they go for the power play and the inside pass?
It's with Nathan Feen. There's the kick. They're all chasing it, and again Paul Sykes just takes safety first and hacks it dead. Another set of 6 coming at this English defence via a goal line dropout.
Teasing them yet again, the hooker Nathan Feen, acting as a scrum half out there now. He did the right thing, Paul Sykes. You don't have time to have a look around and see where your opposition are coming towards you, but he is teasing them.
They're on the ropes. England at the moment on the ropes. Conceded the first try of this second half. Morley barking the instructions behind the posts.
They need the ball badly.
Can't get their hands on it at the minute. And that dropout finds Feen, and Feen will give it to Farlongo again, and England are just starting to hang back a little in defence. The chase isn't quite as enthusiastic as it was in the first half. There are danger signs here. This is Adam Blair. 2 tackles gone. They're 20 metres away. Isaac Luke again. It took 2 to bring him down. Quick play the ball. Lance O'Hire shrugs off the challenge. Feen goes wide. Mannering to Nightingale. That was off an England hand, but was it ball playing the man or man playing the ball?
I think you'll find that they'll nominate Keith Senior as taking the ball out.
He has. It's head and feed to New Zealand. Yet another set of 6 here. It's good scrambling defence from England, but how long can they keep this up?
They got there in numbers. Need offload. This is real pressure.
Eddie, if England want to get to the final and make an impact on it, they'll have to be mentally very tough. We've seen them bounce back from an awful disappointment in Melbourne here with a better display today. Can they survive here now and hang on during some adversity?
It's a big test for them. There is no question of that. And here is Lance O'Hire, and they pop it wide. Vatuvei! It's a hat-trick for the big man. He had to walk into the line. There was nobody there to cover him. And Vatuvei gets the hat-trick. And the New Zealanders are back within 2 points. Well, we identified this fellow as the threat before the start of the match, and this is the reason why.
And put a lot of credit to the combination there of the hooker again, Nathan Fien. He did the run around, and Vatuvei, man mountain. O'Hire, the fullback, linked in superbly. And I have to say, England have just absolutely dropped apart out wide. They
It's
were
like
all
a week ago, Steve-O, they haven't got the hands on the ball for about 10 minutes.
But
and you can't do that at this level.
Yeah, but this is where you've got to make sure, especially from set pieces, from the scrum base, you've got to make sure you're a one-on-one. They were very crafty with the Kiwis to do a run around from the scrum base. All of a sudden, it puts doubt in a few minds, and they've got the overlap. And once Vatuvei gets the ball, bang!
Eddie, I watched nearly every game in Super League this year, but I don't remember seeing Paul Sykes play on the right wing as Isaac Luke kicks that one.
The scores are level.
And asking Paul Sykes to defend in an international match from the wing, you have to make an instant decision. And unfortunately for England here, he makes the wrong one. He comes in probably too quickly. Nice short play there from New Zealand. England think there's obstruction there. Ellis is taken out. The referee wasn't interested. And it's a familiar picture, isn't it? A Vatuvei charge into the line without a single white jersey in front of him.
Oh, and he sticks his tongue
What
out
about
at
the
Paul
tongue?
Sykes as well.
Yeah.
How about that? And this isn't a bad kick, is it? I think we're going to hear a lot more about this Isaac Luke. Well, for the first time since the opening whistle of this match, the scores are level. England were 24 points to 8 to the good after 28 minutes. Here we are now, 56.5 minutes of the game gone. They've conceded 3 tries in a row, and we're all square again. And Tony Smith has got a problem. And he's got more of a problem here because Keith Senior has conceded another penalty and has conceded 10 metres because he then disputed the call.
They're falling apart at the seams at the moment. Tony Smith has got to get the message out. Stay calm. If you start panicking now, giving away silly penalties, losing your concentration, you'll allow the Kiwis to take control out there, and they can't afford to do that.
They were so cool, they were so calm, they were so collected, they were together in the first 40 minutes. Phil, what's happened?
They've not had the ball for the last 10. That's basically the story. And New Zealand have played really well. Kearney's pumped them up at half-time, and they're running as though their lives depend on this next 30 minutes.
They struggled to get through the first line of defence for about 30 minutes, New Zealand, down the middle. Now they're getting that superiority where it really counts. And when they do the link, they've got the power out wide.
Ropati finds Benji Marshall starting to revel in this, as is Eastwood. That's a good hit by the skipper. They'll be playing together next year in Leeds Rhinos colours, but not so tonight. Bit of a builder's button there for Eastwood. This is a long pass from O'Hire, and that found the cameraman. It didn't find Vatuvei, thank goodness.
Well, if you've got something going good for you, you may as well. Again, they're pressing down on the right-hand defensive moment. And we are struggling in that department. The right-hand defence on the England side is a big problem. Raises the arm, does a Wyatt. The full-back.
Let's just put the hat-trick from that man there, number 5, Manu Vatuvei, in context. He's only the second player in New Zealand Test history to score a hat-trick against British opposition. Henry Fa'afili did it for New Zealand at Blackburn in 2002 in the series of that particular year. Vatuvei has done it, and he is just 22 years of age, but this is his 16th cap he's winning here tonight.
Eddie, the third quarter has been great from New Zealand's perspective. They've had the ball 10 times more than England with all those goal line dropouts and penalties. But the possession does tend to even itself out. England just have to press on here now. You've got to hang in there when it's going tough.
Crowd are getting on the back of the referee. The players are appealing for penalties that are not forthcoming, but look at the Kiwis. They are energised by all of this. It's with Sinfield and the kick. It's got to be long, it's got to be good, and it is. Oh, Lance O'Hire. It wasn't a great kick, but Lance O'Hire lost concentration, knock on, and England will get head and feet 15 metres away from the New Zealand line.
Well, 1 minute is a hero, and it's gone from hero to zero. He cannot believe it. This is a golden opportunity. And I just wonder when Tony Smith is going to throw back into the fray the man of the match in the first half, for my opinion, Mickey Hyam. He was creating all sorts of problems. I think Hyam could turn this game yet again.
Well, I'm just looking on the bench down below us as we see the figure of Benji Marshall, the captain there, number 6. Mickey Hyam is jumping up and down. He's anxious to get on the field, but they won't put him on just yet, because Sinfield fires the pass to Gleeson. Gleeson then gives it to Paul Sykes, who spins away from the first challenge. Can't get away from the next one, though. And Rob Burrow now at dummy half. And Burrow gives it to Peacock. He'll drive it forward, Jamie Peacock.
Switch to the blinds on.
And Burrow comes infield, though, to Gleeson. Gleeson then to Sinfield. Sinfield, short ball, Gareth Hogg. Can he provide the X factor for England here tonight? He's held standing up, says the referee, Tony Archer. He'll play the ball to Burrow. Burrow. Oh, he was almost through. It was an important tackle from Kidwell. Disappeared under Kidwell's frame then. There's Gareth Hogg. Here is Sinfield. Sinfield gives it back to Gleeson. Gleeson then goes wide. This is Sykes. Couldn't get the pass away to Senior. Last tackle here for England. Langley to Sinfield. Sinfield drops the ball, attacked forward by Lee Smith, and that will run dead. And they ran out of options. They ran out of ideas.
Pretty good defence, though, by the Kiwis, but he should have given himself more space. It was so important. We haven't had much possession in the second half. It was important we got a good kick, good chase, applied the pressure.
Now they've got to keep the New Zealanders penned back in their own half as Nathan Feen wipes some blood away from what might be a broken nose. Hyam is ready to come back on. Bit of an eyeball-to-eyeball situation there involving one of the Kiwis and Keith Senior. Jeremy Smith plays the ball to Isaac Luke. Here is Adam Blair. Oh, they get the ball away. There's a 3-man tackle there, and it's Luke again. A good job that Peacock and Sinfield were alert to that danger. Here is Lance O'Hire. He'll drift the kick over the top. Lee Smith is after. Oh, Lee Smith has come up with an error. It's not Lee Smith, I beg his pardon, it's Paul Sykes.
Well, after the opportunity, Lance O'Hire did it from the kick from Sinfield, and they've returned in kind.
Apologies to Lee Smith, it's Paul Sykes. He was a long way away from the action here. That's no excuse, though. That's awful from Paul Sykes.
I must say, Eddie, he didn't have any pressure applied to him. That's what makes it work. At worst, should I say. Stephen Kearney, obviously very, very happy with it.
And Nathan Feen has to come off the field and get that flow of blood stemmed.
It is no excuse for Paul Sykes, but he has played 3 positions in the back line tonight, Eddie.
Yes, he
and
has.
That's pretty difficult when you step up to this level. Centre, wing and fullback. Imagine rotating through those 3 roles in 60 minutes.
Well, to be fair, if it's his only mistake, then he's done well.
Looks like Paul Wellens is available and going to be coming back on again in a moment with Mickey Hyam. Waiting to make the change, England, but...
well, Kiwis have been forced now. Thomas Luluwai has returned, obviously, because Nathan Feen is off the field of play, but the way that the hooker Feen has been playing, Stephen Kearney will want him patched up and get him out there as quickly as possible. He's turned this game around in the second half.
New Zealand with head and feet at the scrum. Lance O'Hire gets the pass away. Oh, here is Rapati. Good tackle by Calderwood. Luluwai dummy half. They come down the short side. Here's Vatuvai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys, and he still makes a bit of progress forward. Luluai at dummy half. A metre away from the line. Luluai. This now David Kidwell. Good defence.
It's got to be man-on-man marking. Do not come out of the line. Take the dummy.
Isaac Luke. And it's Jeremy Smith.
And that's exactly what they did. They didn't take the dummy.
And it's a knock-on. England escape.
Great man-to-man marking. Superb stuff there. Couldn't hang on to it. Just lost it. Good work from Sinfield going right over the top.
Well, there's Hyam and Wellens anxious to come on, but not yet. England will try and work it away here with Jamie Jones-Buchanan, but look at that defence from New Zealand. Sinfield, dummy half.
England are desperate for a penalty here.
Peacock always puts his hand up, doesn't he? Always puts his hand up. Gareth Hock.
Can we get anywhere near the halfway line, though?
Burrow, great little run from Burrow. Penalty. Penalty for offside against New Zealand. The pendulum swinging slightly back.
It comes all about by that wonderful run there by Rob Burrow. If you can just see that the opposition defence are a little bit slow to get back that 10, scoot away, go for them. Oh, there's problems there, aren't there, for Nathan Feen?
Double substitution by England, Bill Arthur.
Yeah, and significantly, Paul Wellens is back on, and Paul Sykes has been withdrawn by Tony Smith, so maybe trying to stem the tide. Let's hope the tide has turned for England.
Well, Gareth Hock ran straight at Benji Marshall then. This is Mickey Hyam. Hyam gives it to Burrow. Burrow then infield at Morley. 3 tackles gone. England in the first position of real danger against the Kiwis line in this second half, but they've lost momentum there. Burrow hangs on to the football, but Benji Marshall over the top of him. Now it's Ellis. Here is Sinfield. Thought about the pass wide, went round 360 degrees, came back the other way. Gleeson will drive it in again. O'Hare and Adam Blair are the men to bring him down. Plays the ball quickly. It's Sinfield back on the inside. This is Ellis.
They went for the power play and they have not got away with it. They tried to kid the opposition, but the Kiwis' defence is pretty solid.
What a great game of international rugby league this is. That's a massive job that New Zealand have done there to survive. Good option, I thought, from England. It was worth the pass play back on the inside, but they've been up to this challenge, and you know what, they're both pushing, aren't they, here now to get that breakthrough.
They are indeed, as Rapati plays the ball here to Nightingale. England desperate to keep New Zealand penned inside their own half. They're 20 metres away from their own goal line at the moment. That was Isaac Luke. Here is Thomas Luluai. That wasn't the best pass. And Farlongo is grabbed by 3 white jerseys. 4 gone. No progress made forward. They might make a bit of progress here now. That's the last. They've made just 30 metres after receiving the ball. And all the time in the world to hoof it downfield, though. Calderwood's underneath it. And Mark Calderwood will run it back for the English.
Plenty of black and white jerseys there. No, you just get the impression that both sides are feeling the effects of this pretty torrid encounter.
24 points apiece. 67 minutes gone. Lee Smith with the ball in hand for England, and he plays it there to Gleeson. Gleeson then gives it to Peacock. Another run from the captain. Peacock will stand and play it to Rob Burrow. He finds Sinfield, and Sinfield with a half break who flicks the pass.
They didn't need to do that.
Oh, they've got away with it. It's a 0 tackle, says Tony Archer. Oh no, he brings them back for the knock-on.
Pass goes forward.
Oh, Rob Burrow's on the back of Tony Archer.
Rightly
so. Wipe the tackle count down. He must have got a call from the side.
He's got to be assisted there, because it looked, I'm sure that he said, back to 0.
Forward pass, first defence. He said ball went forward first, then knocked on by New Zealand. Forward pass, first defence. Kiwis head and feet at this scrum. England will feel a little unkindly done to.
Eddie, the defence has improved for England. New Zealand haven't scored a try, for almost 15 minutes now. But rather worryingly, in attack, England haven't scored a point in the second half.
No. They haven't scored a point since the 28th minute of this match. That's 40 minutes ago.
Well, I hate to say it, Eddie, but both coaches will be looking at the fact how we're going to go for the 1 point.
Isaac Luke, and here is Benji Marshall. He will drive it in, will David Kidwell. David Kidwell, well known to British viewers, of course, 2001, 2002 at Warrington. Luke again, Luluai of Wigan and New Zealand. This is Adam Blair, and England, they've certainly got the defence sorted. Or have they? Up goes the kick. Up goes the kick. This is, oh, he was pushed out of the way there, Isaac Luke. It's a penalty to New Zealand. That's a silly penalty to give away. He was definitely pushed. Isaac Luke was looking to challenge for the ball in the air. It's a penalty under the sticks. Just watch it here.
Well, if you're going in the right direction, you can use the shoulder blade.
It was Kevin Sinfield, I'm afraid.
And he just pushes him. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing, but it's enough for the man to milk it. And
that would have been a yellow card in football, in soccer at home.
Either way, Eddie.
It's a dive.
Isaac Luke, he may be inexperienced age-wise, but I tell you what, he has conned the officials. It was barely a mosquito flying on his arm, and bang, he went down like a sumo wrestler, stood on his head.
You know, I'd be relatively happy though, England, if I saw New Zealand line up to take this kick at it. Had they gone for a try, you just felt that the amount of time they spent at this end of the field in the second half, they would somehow get over, whether it was Vatavai or any other member. At least with 2 points, still only one score behind.
This to give New Zealand the lead for the first time tonight. There's no problem there for Isaac Luke. The referee was, well, I hesitate to use the word conned, but I think that Andy Gray and Alan Parry and Richard Keys would have been quite concerned about that dive in the penalty area by Isaac Luke.
The trouble is, Eddie, they do it all the time. We don't do it every now and again, so the official has been kidded.
10 to go, and England now having to come from behind.
It's so important now that the red and whites just keep the New Zealanders in their own quarter. They can't afford to give away a penalty. They've got to be really on top form.
There's the website, by the way, if you want to keep up to date with everything that's happening in this Rugby League World Cup 2008. www.rlwc08.com. This fellow is impressive.
Yeah.
This, Isaac Luke, is a real threat.
Well, I think Stephen Kearney, the New Zealand coach, in my opinion, may even start with Isaac Luke in that hooking position to control the ruck. He's done it exceptionally well, and Nathan Feen perhaps might start as the scrum half, because that's how he's played in this first half, in the second half.
New Zealand with the kick downfield on the last. They've erased a 16-point deficit here, and Wellens will run it back for England. Look at the black wall of defenders, though, that
looked high
there to greet him. Kidwell, big hit. Kidwell again, they're asking for him to be penalised for not standing square. This is Peacock once more. They get so many men in the tackle, don't they? Hyam, Westwood. 4 tackles gone, England just at the halfway line. Hyam, Burrow, Morley. That's the last. Hyam to Burrow. Kick looking to get over the top of Nightingale, but he doesn't do it. Nightingale will bring it back. It's a good chase though from England.
It's excellent. But can they keep them down there? That's a big question.
Nathan Feen off the field with a bloody nose. Bill.
And it's a broken nose. Nathan Feen has suffered about to return, or maybe even in fact back on there now, Nathan Fien, and Isaac Luke has come off, was absolutely furious to be replaced. He came to the sidelines shaking his head and muttering towards the bench, so I don't think he was impressed with that decision. But Fien out there with a broken nose. Have to tell you also that complete astonishment, not to mention outrage, on the England bench at that decision by Tony Archer.
Well, there's David Furlongo on the bench there, and Nathan Fien's first touch after coming back onto the field with his broken nose was to push that kick downfield, and that's why England now are trying to work it away from their own quarter of the field with Westwood. And he gets away from that one tackle, floats the pass, it looked a little forward, and it was.
Oh, it floated.
It was, it went forward, and the touch judge on this near side gave Tony Archer the word. Just drifted forward.
I was just going to make the point, Eddie, in regards to it, and you can see that it did just drift. England have to go back to what was so successful in the opening 20 minutes. We saw a quick play the ball, we saw Mickey Hyam scooting away from there, and we also saw Rob Barrow asking the questions, running himself from dummy half, taking on the defence. Now, Tony Smith has put Rob Barrow first receiver. We're losing that momentum. Hyam's got to get back into what he did in the first half, and so has Rob Barrow.
Here comes Jeremy Smith for New Zealand as they look to get the next score that could take the game away from England completely. They're still in it at the moment, just 2 points adrift. Luluai. It's Marshall. Oh, pops the pass up through the first line. Oh, and it's 6 to go. Nathan Fien! Oh, Nathan Fien for the Kiwis. This will be given, I fear. This will be given, I fear. He's checking about a knock on, but I think it was off an England hand.
I think you're right, Eddie. I think it was Westwood that put the arm up, ricocheted away. But the build-up from the New Zealanders for this try, whether it be given or not, it was absolutely superb. What about the pass there? It looked as though Benji Marshall was going to turn and offer the inside ball. He didn't. He popped it up for Bronson Harrison, and there you see it's Westwood that's got it, and I think this will be given. Fully deserved from this man. Broken nose. It's had a wonderful effect in the second half as Nathan Fien, the man involved in Granigate a couple of years ago. Beautiful flick from Harrison, and I think you'll find that it's Westwood that gets fingertips to that.
It was instinctive, that, wasn't it? He knocked it back the right direction first off, but then he flicked it forward.
Welland's got to him.
No, then is there a touch there from
yeah,
Eastwood?
but it's gone behind him. Surely they can't classify that as a knock-on. To me, Eastwood has flicked the ball backwards. But in this day and age, video replays, who knows? No doubt about the grounding.
Well, they've checked the grounding, which I think means it's a problem for England. But he's got two bits of cotton wool stuck up his nose there as Nathan Fien, and yet he's still come up with a magical piece of play.
It was good work from Harrison, and you can see there that Eastwood has definitely touched it, but it's going backwards. Westwood did everything to try to grab it. And the number 9, Nathan Fien, who's had a wonderful match. In fact, the two hookers, the two number 9s, have been outstanding. Both Mickey Hyam and Nathan Fien. I think he'll get the nod on this, sadly.
Blood everywhere, but has Nathan Fien got the nod from Steve Clarke for the try? Or was it a knock-on by Eastwood? No, it's a try for Nathan Fien, and Tony Smith can only reflect on what might have been here. They were ahead by 24 points to 8. They are now trailing. They are trailing here by 30 points to 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 tries since England last scored.
And for the second week in a row, the second half of the game has been a major problem. England lost by 30 points to 0 in the second half last week in Melbourne. And here, if this kick goes over, it will be 18 points to 0 in the second half. That half-time intensity talk hasn't really lifted the side, has it? When they've come out, they haven't started the second half well enough.
It's Jeremy Smith now who's kicking the goal. Of course, Isaac Luke off the field, and Steve Matai on his way to hospital with a neck problem. So told you that they had a few options in terms of kickers. He scored 4 goals for his country, this fellow Jeremy Smith. Is he going to make it 5, and is he going to just about wrap up a New Zealand victory? The answer is in the affirmative. It's 32 points to 24. Nathan Feen, he's got a nose with a bend in it like you wouldn't want to believe, but he has also got 4 vital points for New Zealand.
Magical pass from Benji Marshall. Haven't really seen the sparkle that we see with his sidestepping ability, but that offload was superb, and it failed to go 10, I feel.
It did. They went for the short kick off England. They came up with an error from a short kick-off last week against Australia and paid the price, and Tony Smith has still got a lot of work to do. The performance in the first half, tremendous.
Outstanding. But as I say, I think he's been forced to just change a few things around, in as much that we've had different halfbacks. We've had to change, Wellens had to go off, we had to change Lee Smith, put that into the position. There's plenty to work on. That is the major thing. If it had been a poor performance in the first half, Eddie, then you'd have to say Tony Smith would be ready to throw himself off the gap at Sydney. But he knows what they've achieved. All he's got to do now is try to convince them they can do it for the full 80 minutes.
This is a run from Jeremy Smith. They're looking really to put the knife in now, New Zealand. Here's Lulawai, and he bullets the pass to Benji Marshall. And it gets out to Vatuvei. It's 4 tries for Manu Vatuvei. And England are furious. They believe that ball was not plonked down correctly. But Manu Vatuvei, well, he has tormented them down the left wing tonight.
Tremendous build-up again, though, by the Kiwis. And it was Marshall and Feen.
Nothing wrong with the put down.
Nothing wrong with that. I think a few of the English were saying that it looked a little bit forward.
And Manu Vatuvei is the new Kiwi Leslie Vainakolo. 4 tries.
Plonks it down.
Well, England, I think, asking the referee to go to the video referee about that, clutching at straws. Oh, it's a disappointment. It really is.
I'm stunned.
The first half was so good. The first half we thought the corner had been turned since the 28th minute. Or were we papering over the cracks, Phil?
Eddie, I did make the point that the goal kicking distorted the score line. We hadn't defended our line well enough. One pass play and they were able to score even on our goal line. Our defence, if you're conceding over 30 points in a match, which we have for the last 2 weeks, you're not really giving yourself much chance of winning.
Benji Marshall, the 4th goal kicker that New Zealand have used. The 4 tries from Manu Vatuvei, and New Zealand have won this match 36 points to 24, and England have got such a lot of work to do in the week leading up to Brisbane and the semi-final.
Great finisher. Didn't have to use any of his strength, and he has got plenty of that is for sure. Look at the power in the legs and the shoulders.
England go for the short kick-off again. They almost came up with it, but New Zealand were equal to the task in the shape of Benji Marshall. Here is Nightingale. Last 30 seconds of the match.
I think Tony Smith will probably look towards the fact that they'd had little possession in the second half, but it's no excuse for some of the missed tackles. Not so much missing the tackle, but not having the right position.
What about the pass off the ground then before the ball carrying arm hit the deck? They're coming up with a few skills now. And that's flicked back, and it's picked up by Marshall, and it's opened up for Benji Marshall. Vatuvei's wide. Oh, the kick was poor from Marshall. There was a 5th try beckoning for Manu Vatuvei there. There's the full-time siren. New Zealand take the vital psychological points forward to next week's semi-final. They will finish 2nd in the group behind Australia. England will finish 3rd, courtesy